Hi, this is Taya Gherkin. I'm one of the senior editors at Acoustic Guitar, and I'm here today to talk about 5 unusual capos. If you're like most guitarists, you're familiar with a regular capo, like this Kaiser I have here on this guitar placed at the 5th fret. Most capos are designed to press down all 6 strings at once at the fret of your choice, and doing that changes the pitch of the guitar, makes it higher, and allows you to play in different keys using the same fingerings you might use in another key. However, there are also some specialized capos that perform some other tasks that really open up the sound of the guitar. And today we're going to look at 5 of these specific capos. What we have here is the Kaiser shortcut, the Shup C7B, the Transpo capo, the third hand capo, and last but not least, the harmonic capo. The Kaiser shortcut and the Shup C7B are examples of partial capos that are designed to push down 3 adjacent strings together. It's basically for the 3 inner strings, either your 5th, 4th, and 3rd, or your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. They can obviously be placed anywhere on the neck, and you can get some different creative options to play with this, different sounds. Each one of these capos retails for about $20 street price, and they basically do the same thing. The Kaiser capo uses Kaiser's typical clamp mechanism with a spring-loaded design, where the Shup uses a design that's a little bit like a vice grip, like all Shup capos. If you're familiar with a regular Shup capo, that's how these work. The most common placement for a capo such as the Kaiser shortcut or the Shup C7B is at the 2nd fret, pushing down strings 5, 4, and 3, which results in a E sus4 chord, which is a sound that's very similar to dadgat tuning without actually retuning the guitar. It sounds like this when all 6 strings are played. Basically, the Shup and the Kaiser perform the same exact thing. Which one you prefer comes down to personal preference, really. You might already be used more to a Kaiser or a Shup for your regular capo, so this is something to consider. I'm going to demonstrate the sounds you can get with either one of these using the Kaiser shortcut. So the whole reason for partial capoing really is to sort of get alternate tuning like sounds without retuning, and you can still use all your chord and scale knowledge up the neck. In this case, you can get some nice rich dadgat type voicings with open strings, and demonstrate that by playing both open kind of chords and closed chords up the neck. For example, it could sound like this. So you can see I used both standard tuning chords like a G chord, an A chord, and a D chord, and I was able to take advantage of nice rich voicings with lots of open strings, similar to the way an open tuning would sound. So that is something that you can accomplish with both the Kaiser shortcut and the Shup C7B, and they're definitely worth checking out for this purpose. Next up, we have the Transpo capo, which sells for $49. The Transpo capo, as you can see here, combines 2 capos in one. It's a full capo that goes all the way across, as well as a partial capo with the same arrangement as the Kaiser shortcut or the Shup that we just looked at, creating an alternate tuning sound, but capoed up. So it's sort of as if you used a regular capo and one of the partial capos together, all in one package. It creates the same voicings that we just heard. So if you like that sound further up the neck, the Transpo capo is an easy way to get that if you don't want to use 2 capos to get the same results. It really does work, and it's a quick one clamp mechanism to get that sort of sound. You can also flip the capo around and use just the full capo version of this, but because of the width of it, you can really only do it above the 3rd fret or so. So it's not quite as useful as a standard capo, but you do have that option. Next up, we have the 3rd hand capo. And the 3rd hand capo sells for $13. And it's a really unique product that was originally designed by guitarist Harvey Reid, who was looking for a way to really experiment with different partial capoing arrangements and positions. And he came out with this gizmo that's really like nothing else. The 3rd hand capo is based on the standard elastic capo design that you might be familiar with, but instead of using a bar that goes all the way across, it uses 6 individual discs that can be arranged in any possible configuration. For example, right now I've got it set up, I'm going to put it on the guitar, to give me sort of an open G chord by pushing down on the low 6th string and the 1st and the 2nd string, and it attaches like any strap-on capo, which is a little bit clumsy, but given the flexibility of what you can do with this capo, it's worth checking out. So with this G chord arrangement that I've got set up with the capo, I can really play this sort of thing without doing anything on the left hand, which might allow me to play something like this. You could, of course, also use the 3rd hand capo to set up a similar arrangement that we heard with the Kaiser and the Shub or the Transpo capo, but its strength is that you can do anything you want with it, and it's really a product that I think everybody should have just to play around with and come up with some ideas. The final product we're going to take a look at is Bob Kilgore's harmonic capo, and really the harmonic capo isn't a capo in the traditional sense at all, in that it doesn't actually clamp down the strings or change your guitar's pitch so much, but what it does, it allows you to get false harmonics on the guitar without fingering anything. False harmonics are, of course, things like this at the 12th fret, harmonic notes, and the capo is placed at the 12th fret to get those while you can still finger, and I'll show you how that sounds. So this is what the harmonic capo looks like when it's in place. It goes right over the 12th fret, right where the harmonic would be, and because of the way it straps on the neck, it won't work on a guitar that has a 12th fret neck, like some vintage guitars and some vintage reissues, and most classic guitars as well. So that's one thing to consider with this particular capo. But once it's in place, and with the little rubber pads touching the strings just so, the sound is like this, as if I was fretting, or not even fretting, just touching the string at the 12th fret. I've actually tuned the guitar to open D tuning right now. But the neat thing about the capo is that not only does it give you the harmonic, if it's set up right, the fretted strings will push the strings down from the capo, and therefore allowing a full note to be played, such as this. Here's the harmonic note, and I can still fret regular notes behind it, which can result in something like this. That's just a short example of what you might be able to do with the harmonic capo. There are actually some great examples on YouTube. If you search harmonic capo, you can find Bob Kilgore, the capo's inventor himself, demonstrating it perhaps a little bit more ably and experienced than what I just did. The harmonic capo sells for $35, and it's a really cool product. I could see using it in the studio. I could see using it for writing song ideas. It's like nothing else, and I don't think you could get some of the sounds you can get this any other way, so it's definitely a product worth checking out. So each of these 5 capos that we just looked at has something unique to offer. The Kaiser, Shub, Transpo, and 3rd hand are really great for guitarists who want to get alternate tuning sounds without actually retuning the guitar. It's not really an alternative to open tunings, alternate tunings, but it's a great way to get into that sound and sort of open up that world without actually having to twist the pegs. The harmonic capo is a completely unique thing. It doesn't really have anything to do with capoing per se, but it opens up a world of sounds on the guitar that I never even thought existed before I played around with one. For the whole story on these, please check out the review in the November issue of Acoustic Guitar magazine or here at acousticguitar.com. I'm Taya Gherkin.